Hi, Jill. Welcome. Hey, Jeff. Hi, Jill. I missed a bunch of you coming in. Hey,
Welcome.
Laura. Hi, Mike. Hi, Sandra. Hello, Heen. Hey, Jeff. Hi, Jill. I missed a bunch of you coming in. Hey,
Welcome.
Laura. Hi, Mike. Hi, Sandra.
We're going to get started now. Geshe will be arriving in a few minutes, and he has asked us to go ahead and start the reading. So before we start, I believe we should probably set our motivation for doing the practice today. By reading this practice, create the cause for all sentient beings to attain perfect and complete enlightenment, be liberated from the ocean samsara, for everyone on the prayer list. Create the cause to strengthen our relationship with our perfectly qualified Mahayana spiritual friends and teachers, that they may guide us on the path until we attain full enlightenment. King of Prayers, the extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Samadha Bhadra. Samadha Bhadra Karya Pranidhana Raja. Pakpa Zampo Chirpe Murlam Ki Gyalpo. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You lions among humans gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of bodhisattvas, and I'm confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfume, sandalwood powder, heaped high as Mount Meru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendent offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request, you who may actualize Parinirvana, please stay with us for eons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created, by paying homage, offering, and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions, and all you gone to freedom in the past accept my offerings. May those not yet arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath a Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way And thus in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then, following the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating 6 paramitas, and never forget bodhicitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the low realms and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe. May I guide all wanderers and samsara to the pure bliss of awakening and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of being, showing the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with body, words, and also mind, may we practice together with the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddha as masters encircled by bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless, pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom I shall see Buddha fields numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddhas, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of hair, so I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the varied tendencies of beings. With strength of understanding I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma, of all Buddhas and 3 times gone to freedom who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. This is where Geshe stopped last time. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lines among humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction, without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms, the power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening. Purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces, I shall perfect the power of the bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds, may I free an ocean of beings, may I clearly see an ocean of Dharma, may I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities, may I fulfill an ocean of aspirations, may I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas, may I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To awaken fully through this bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of awakening practice of all Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one calls Samantabhadra, all embracing good, the elder brothers, sons, and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate just as the skillful Samantabhadra with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri for this bodhisattva practice of all embracing good, to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May pure activities be endless, my good qualities balanced, and through abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings, thus limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth and adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening, gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower rebirths, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances. Without waiting long, they will become like Samantabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result comprehended only by a Buddha of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice. In order to train just like the hero Manjushri who knows reality as it is, and just like Samantabhadra as well, I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication which is praise's greatest, by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times, I do dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Sukhavati, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Sukhavati, may I actualize the meaning of these aspirations, fulfilling them all without exception for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born to an extremely beautiful superlative lotus in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. Through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this prayer of Samantabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torrent of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers in samsara, through the accomplishment of the scripture dazzling with Samantabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. Okay, so I need to get the Wednesday night prayers out. And we'll start with the mandala offering. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, I'm having a problem opening it. Let me try to open it in Word. Let's see. So we're going to skip the short 7-limb prayer because the King of Prayers has replaced it. This crown anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land.
Ramona, what we're seeing is the King of Prayers.
Oh, you're not seeing this?
No.
Okay. Okay, now can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, four continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. A holy and perfect pure Lama from the clouds of compassion that form in the skies of your Dharmakaya wisdom, please release a rain of vast and profound Dharma precisely in accordance with the needs to be trained. Idam Guru Ratamandalakam Niryatayami. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, Dharma, the Supreme Assembly. By the merits I create through listening to the Dharma, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings.
Geshe Gelek is here. Well, Geshe, it looks like you don't have your mic turned on.
Good evening. Welcome back to Wednesday class. Lamula, did you finish reading like?
Yes, Geshe-la.
Okay, very good. Oh yeah, then, good evening, Lamula. Good evening, Tomasi. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Cameron. Good evening, Sean. How are you? I thought you are already enlightened.
Working very hard at it, yes.
Good evening, Joshua. Good evening, David. Good evening, Laura. Good evening, Nicole. Good evening, Sandra. Tashi Gelek, Alexandra. Welcome back.
Tashi Gelek.
Good evening, Hen. Good evening, Jennifer. Good evening, Jill. Good evening, Michael. Good evening, Julie. Good evening, Elise. Good evening, Chitra Matra. Good evening, Joanna. Good evening, Michelle. Good evening, Kurt. Good evening, Mary Richardson. Let's reference in Buddhist prayers. Sanje Chodan Soje Chonamla Jajo Babo Nane Nage Chechen Jebe Sanamje Lola Penja Sanje Whether you can say the prayer or not, the point of the saying this prayer is to generate positive, intentions for the sake of all mother sentient beings, just develop wish to help others. Okay. So whatever time that you're going to spend with me here, then for myself, from my side, and from all of our side. So there's any the positive merit been created by this class. So then dedicate that for your own future enlightenment to benefit other living beings. Okay, so that's the whole point. So just set a positive motivation. Sanje chodang soje chodam la chanjo pado dane chao soje dage cheshe jibe sonam rola benja sanje no ma ju sanje chodang soje chodam la chanjo dage cheshe jibe sonam je rola benja sanje no ma ju pada la me da mi aje ombo do jajela so chuje choba chawa chabana Sanje Sunra Rabdo Shishin Devin, Jujuba Dedashi, Tabe Chunja and Dishes. Namola Ekadalo, Danija, Tibona, Namia, Dova Punja, don't know Tamjaka, Dage Chutan. Kage 2 years on the Tawatam Japan, Tabe Chunja, then the Bokodam, the Lord Chops. Oh, yeah. So, the topic of the class is called King of Prayer. King of Prayer. Prayer is the wish. It's a wish. It's not just wish. It's a positive wish. So the King of Prayer is the collection of all the positive wish generated by all the bodhisattva. Bodhi, bodhi is Sanskrit word. It refers to enlightenment. Bodhisattva, someone who is day and night who's working towards fully enlightenment in order to benefit all sentient beings. That's called Bodhisattva. So the Bodhisattva, everything they do out of altruistic attitude, altruistic intentions. They're always thinking about the well-being of other sentient beings. So their approach is probably the best. Maybe it's the most difficult one, but it's the best to achieve maximum benefit. So this, Bodhisattva path, someone who is very much inspired by bodhicitta, altruistic attitude or intentions, very much inspired by that. So that these kind of people, they willingly, voluntarily enter into Bodhisattva path. So then this is the King of Prayer, is all the collections of Bodhisattva prayer, wish to benefit sentient beings. Whether they are related to them or not, doesn't matter. They recognize, they realize there's the best thing for everybody. Best thing for everybody. Working for other well-being working for others' well-being. Working for others' well-being, betterment of other sentient being is the best thing to do. It's the best thing to do. Best thing to do. It makes your life meaningful. It gives you purpose. It gives you great purpose for your life. It gives you a purpose for your breathing, eating, walking, sleeping. Any action that you do, it has meaning, it has purpose. So then the result that your life you never ever feel loneliness, never ever feel loneliness. You never ever feel loneliness. You never ever experience depressions. You have so much courage, because you understood the importance of loving kindness, compassion is the way to go. You eventually you realize that importance of loving kindness, compassion. Why? Because when you look around, Tibetan, American, Asian, what they're looking for, every single second, what they're looking for. They're looking for something good. Nobody's looking for suffering. That's the fact. That's the reality. That's the fact. There's nothing to do with religion. That's the fact. If you don't believe them, then go around, ask people. Are they looking for something good or are they looking for suffering? You will get your answer. If that's the case, the best not to disturb what they're looking for. At least not to disturb what they're looking for. The best and like contribute what they're looking for. And you get maximum benefit. Mentally, you get your mind is filled with joy. So that's why we are starting this collection of Bodhisattva wish, or you could call prayer, Bodhisattva wish. So that's what we started. Okay, called King of Prayer, composed by Bodhisattva Samattabhatra. Yeah, all the problems that you see in newspaper, in TV, all the problems, many of them is lack of compassion and loving kindness and compassion. That's very clear. It's very clear. So the loving kindness, compassion is badly needed. Each and every one of us, we could develop, we could expand our love, our compassions, our empathies, sympathies, and not based on that you are related or you follow the same religions or you are like same tribe of people or you have same living standard or not like that. Simply, everyone's looking for something good. That's the best. That's the foundations. That's the foundation. So based on that, so then you are, inspired, very much inspired, and very much want to dedicate your life, rest of your life, for the benefit of others. That's the best. way to live your life, so then your life has meaning, purpose. Other than that, then like it's just living. It's just living, that's all. It's just living. Then there's not much gain for yourself and not much benefit the other people receive, because simply you being present on this planet. Someone else could get a lot of benefit simply you are existing on this planet if you embrace loving kindness, compassion. So then family get benefit, community get benefit, the whole country get benefit, because you are someone who really believing in the power of loving kindness, compassion. So that's what we are starting, okay? So now, where we stop? So now I'm going to read the book, okay?
We stopped in engaging and turning the wheel of Dharma.
Because why you request to continue to teach? Whatever teachings they're taught by the great master, you read them, you study them, and you contemplate on them, and you get benefit. You get so much benefit. So you want that person to continuously teach, because then it kind of change your perception. It kind of change your perception of life. It's kind of change your perceptions and your attitude towards yourself. It kind of helps you to lift up your spirit and teaching. So that's why you request to continue to teach whatever the teaching might be, or teaching about bodhicittas, or teaching about any topic that you are greatly benefited by reading, contemplating, integrating, reading, contemplating, integrating into your life. You become more kind, more warm-hearted. So then your perceptions towards other kind of change. You become more gentle. The words that you say become more noble. The thought that pops up in your thought that rises is more noble. Physical action is more noble. So that's the way to go. So that's why you request to continue to teach, okay? So here, nothing much to say, not much, it's quite clear, nothing much, no need more explanations. The root text is very clear. Yeah, if we go into detail, probably there's many ways to go details. So now moving on the next stanza, the first one, there's not much there. So if you are familiar with the 7-limb practice, traditionally what you do, so you're trying to imagine when you're requesting tuning the wheel of Dharma, according to Southern practice, you visualize there your offerings, the Dharma wheel, the 8-spike Dharma wheel made out of precious jewel, and you're holding that and offering that, whomever that your teacher might be, or Buddha, or like whoever that, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, mentor, you're offering that, Dharma will, 8-spike Dharma will, and you're offering that and requesting to continue to teach. Then whatever word that you may say, you may probably during the shortest 7-limb practice, or maybe middle length, the 7-limb practice, or maybe elaborate one. So then you just imagine that you offer that. So then when you finish that, then you have to think from deep down from your heart that your request has been accepted. Okay. Why you do that? So that's like exactly what happened. I think Indra, there's Barman and Indra. I think the Indra offer that 8-spike Dharma wheel made out of precious jewel to Shakyamuni Buddha. Then Barman offer this conch shell, so they request the teachings. So there's a part of the traditions that you do. Okay, you imagine that. And then at the end, then just think deep down from your heart, your request has been accepted, delightfully accepted. Not accepted by force, but delightfully accepted. So that create some kind of auspicious omen. Omen or oatmeal.
The omen is good.
I think auspicious sign, it is important. If something goes wrong there, it may create, some kind of obstacles. It's important. So when you read about the life story of Milarepa Marpa, so then you clearly see, there's emphasis on the auspicious sign called omen or auspicious sign. But the essence of the auspicious sign or omen is dedications. Who said that? Milarepa said. Milarepa said. So there's also, for the sake of knowledge, that's also important to know the essence of omen or auspicious sign is the dedications. In order to dedicate, you have to have something to dedicate. In this case, you have to have merit to dedicate. The merit can be created verbally, mentally, physically. There's 3 ways you can create merit, that you can dedicate that merit. Okay, merit can be created, then dedicate. There's a slightly difference between dedication and prayer. Dedication itself is a prayer, but not every prayer is dedications. Dedication, you have to have something to dedicate. You understand? There's a difference between prayer and dedications. Prayer is positive wish. Dedication is that dedication itself is a prayer, but not every prayer is dedications. Dedication means you have to have something to dedicate. What there's something refers to merit, created by verbally, physically, mentally, merit, then dedicate. Okay. So Milarepa said, essence of the omen or auspicious sign is dedications. There's Milarepa said it very clearly for the sake of knowledge. Milarepa said, me and my attendants. Milarepa said that there's an auspicious sign that we are going to get enlightened together. So that auspicious sign is dedications. Turns out Milarepa is dedicating all his merit for his attendants' enlightenment, even though his attendant doesn't get much time to meditate because they're cooking, cleaning, maybe later part of the life, like early part of the Milarepa does not have attendant at all. It's like just I say, miserable lives like miserable wanderers in the wilderness, and there's no attendant. There's no attendant. Oh. So maybe later part of the life, so probably later part, probably a number of attendants. Oh. So then now the second stanza, so there's nothing much to say. So then yeah, it can be expanded if you ask, you are requesting treating the will of Dharma. Okay, now there's will, there's first will, second will, third will. So then it can be like, you can probably, if you really want to go in depth, you can probably go, takes hours to explain just that stanza. Probably it's not necessary. It's not necessary. So now the second one was called Kamala.
I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and will enter into all eons of the three times in but a fraction of a second.
The title of this stanza is called Entering, engaging in eons. That eon probably refers to bodhicitta, a practice of bodhicitta. Okay, so that part I'll read a little bit. So now, if you remember before that you decided from your heart, this is the best thing to do, this is the best thing. Bodhicitta is the best, best. The bodhicitta is the best to practice, put into practice, to learn, and learn the instructions and how to meditate, how to develop bodhicitta. And then you gain so much, you gain so much courage that you don't care, even though it takes eons to develop, generate bodhicitta, that you decided that you are not going to give up, not going to give up. So not just this life, and you are thinking like, till you reach enlightenment, how many times that will take? Hard to say. Hard to say. Generally speaking, talking about eons, but you don't get discouraged, So like, it's not like Chanju said, what the guide to Buddhist way of life, what Master Shantideva said. Teve chonga kun seves, cho, sadness, depressions. Ngal means problems. Kun means all. Sel means eliminate. Depression, sadness, all the problems, like eliminate. What is that? Bodhicitta. It's a very powerful horse. So that horse, you need to ride that horse. That horse will bring you to happiness, Shantideva said, Master Shantideva said, Chanju Deve Chonga Kusewe, Chanju Simche Tashun, then they want to Semio Sushi, Julu, Jurus. If someone has mind, why you feel discouraged doesn't make sense. That's what Master Shantideva said, doesn't make sense. Why you get discouraged to ride that horse? That horse will bring you to happiness, and there you will not experience any depression, sadness, any problems. And Shantideva also wonder if somebody has mind, why you discouraged to ride that horse? Means indirectly begging to ride that horse for your own benefit or for your own enlightenment or future enlightenment. Okay. So then what Master Atisha said, Lama Atisha said, in the light of the path to enlightenment, that text composed by Lama Atisha, in that text, what Lama Atisha said, if I remember, I will quote. If I don't remember, we'll move on. Okay. I always remember the last three stanzas. I have problem with remembering the first one. First one. Yeah, so. Tejen chungo jugdubes. Tejen chungo jugdubes. Tejen chungo means minor part. Minor part refers to minor part. Someone has interest to enter into minor part. That's what it says. Tejen chungo jugdubes. Nidatabi Chanju seems, I don't remember the second line, but the Nidatabi Chanju seems the third line say, Bodhicitta, which is like moon and sun and moon. Nidatabi Chanju seems, Bodhicitta is like sun and moon. If you are cold, it makes you warm. If you're kind of warm, it makes you kind of cool. Kawe bebe chejangnos. The last one is quite like heavy, deep. If you put effort in, if you put effort, eons of effort, you could generate it, bodhicitta. So that needs to be kept here. You are not going to generate it overnight, so that's short-sighted. It's not courage, it's kind of like sign of weakness, If you put effort, of eons of effort, you could generate. So those people who have interest in entering the mana path, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care how long it takes. They don't care. Why? That's the best thing to do. It's the best thing to do. That's why they don't care. They enjoy practicing bodhicitta. They don't care, so like probably time flies. So that's what Master Shantideva said in the Light of the Path to Enlightenment, the text composed by Lama Atisha in Tibet. Okay. Now remember the second line, Munse Dunga Shijiba, Munsel Dunga Shijiba. Munsel, Mun, darkness. Sel means it eliminates the darkness. What is probably that darkness probably refers to as self-centered attitude. Self-centered attitude. Wrong change, self-centered attitude. Self-centered attitude. There's nothing for others. There's nothing. Nothing. How are you going to survive? Everybody's looking exactly what are you looking for, and you are not giving them anything, always thinking to receive. That's not the best way to survive comfortably, but you can survive because we are very much dependent on others. From food, the water, the air, the road, the car, the clothes, every piece of enjoyment, pleasure comes from others' participations. You could say, simple, I pay. Doesn't matter. If there's no food, money is not good. What you cannot buy. The farmer doesn't grow. So now you see, because unfortunately, because of the current war, so now there's a shortage of food. See, if you're stuck into the middle of nowhere with a bunch of money, what you can buy? There's nothing to buy. It's just idea. It's just idea. Oh, I pay. Why I appreciate a garbage collector? Because I pay tax. Does that mindset help you to be happy? No. anything that makes you like more pessimistic, we can control our thought. We can control if we put some effort. Of course, it requires some effort and mindfulness. If you put some effort, slowly, all this disturbing thought will die down. More positive thought will be generated. Then life will be happier. Okay. There's like entering into the eons. That refers to bodhicitta, practice of bodhicitta. Even though it takes eons to develop bodhicitta, you don't mind. Chitta tiji shabata on to be chanju semana vishi kiji machiki yun juba devastation to kawe yundu. Yang kawe yu yang tu dang ishi kiji chiki dajan juba juji. So you're basically saying that you follow the footstep of all the bodhisattva who's already been developed bodhicitta. So you want to follow their footstep, and no matter how long it takes, even if it takes eons, that you are happy to, like I said, to walk for developing bodhicitta. That's the best thing to do. Okay. So that's what it is. Next one. So Mawakaba Tamje Juba, Kiji Jika doesn't do it. Kaya Kaba to Zun said that the Kiji says in the Shuba chairs. Oh yeah. So then now the second one. Tiji Shabala Tawa the Ti Jul and Jubas. So now the second one is Lamula, can you read this? In
one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lions among humans, and with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. On page 8.
Tadu Teta can you Jumachu Namtara Tobji Jews. Cho to use some Tisha of me singing Sanje, Jung de Kanchi was that the Kiji Machiki Yuna, teach you to die Muslim Tower chargings. What it says in the commentary, what it says like that you wish to look at all the enlightened beings from the 10 directions. So I already explained the 10 directions here: east, west, south, north. So then south, east, north, east, whatever you call. I'm not sure that. So then underground, above ground. That's called 10 directions. If you wonder what is 10 directions, that's 10 directions. So refers to 10 directions. So that you are wishing to see, wishing to look at, probably look at simultaneously all the enlightened beings, or Tata Gata, you could say in Sanskrit, Tata Gata, Tibetan or Tishishabha, Tata Gata, Gata means, not sure how to translate in English, but went through the noble path and reached the noble goal. So that's the meaning of Tathagata. Walk on the noble path and achieve the noble destinations. So that's called meaning of Tathagata. So what's say in English, Samula?
Let's see. I guess the lions among humans, past, present, and future lions among humans.
Oh. Lion means Lion?
Yes, like tigers. I guess all those awakened beings. And then he also says they're lions among humans. So awakened beings.
It's okay. It's okay. Teaching the 2000 what the days. Doji, the Doji, the number of the number to the number T, Doji, the Juba Juji, the Juba Juji. So there's the rest of the qualities that are possessed by enlightened beings and very particular samadhi, but very particular samadhi possessed by the enlightened being. Then you want to be the object of all those enlightened beings' qualities. So that's what it says here. Okay, not much. Yep. So now the second one. Second one.
I should read it. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands, present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception.
So there's the title is called Entry into Buddha's Pure Land. There's the title is called, okay? That kind of Tuyusum 3 times, past, present, future, 3 times. Tuyusum Dagi Sanji Shingi Kyoba Samji Michaba Teda. Entire enlightened beings, pure land, entire, not just one, entire the entire pure land of Buddhas, enlightened beings. Samji Michaba Teda, do try to chiki ting do so. Jundu Jutop Jumbo Duba charging. Do try to chiki ting to Jumbo. Do try to chiki ting to Jundu Jutop Jumbo Duba charging. Able to create even the one single small atoms, entire Buddha's pure land on one single atoms through like the miracle powers. It's called miracle powers. Sounds like a train is coming. What is called Zutu? Tibet no called Zutu. So what is the English word? It's called miracle. English word what's called Zutu, what's called miracle.
Miracle?
In the Namula, what is called in English in the text?
It doesn't mention any miracle.
What is mentioned?
Just entering the Pure Land, that's all.
Okay, so now anyway, it's hard, practically it's hard to try to say, to visualize or to not just visualize, it's just actually it's not just visualize, there's something different. I can visualize, you can visualize. But visualizing on one single atom, entire pure land of Buddhas, that's not easy. So that is usually produced by a miracle. I'm not sure, like when you hear the word miracle, what kind of idea you get, but it has different connotations, different definitions. It's like part of the mental qualities. It's part of the mental qualities. So that require, in order to achieve the miracle power. So I'm saying, I'm not sure, like when you hear the word miracle, I'm not sure what kind of idea you're getting, but according to Buddhist text, there's no miracle has definitions. There's layers, different kinds of miracles, power one can gain. So that all miracle power require shamatha. Without shamatha, there will be no miracle power. Shamatha is like foundation. So after shamatha, first you achieve physical pliancy, mental pliancy. Then after that, then you probably gain different types of miracle power. associated with the eye consciousness, associated with the ear consciousness, associated with the mental consciousness, of reading other people's mind. This all things happen. It is possible. It is possible, but requires very strong, single-pointed concentration. Without that, it's like it's impossible. No, without single-pointed. How I can achieve shamatha? Or there's guidelines. There's clear, crystal clear instructions how to achieve through 9 stages, how to achieve shamatha, crystal clear instructions. So then you follow the instructions, first you study them, then you follow, then you implement day by day and see if your concentration, single-pointed concentration is improving. So then that improve could go through 9 stages, one by one. So then you'll reach there, or you'll get there. So that's the like on one single atoms, then seeing, probably that's the most difficult one, seeing entire Buddha's pure land. That's imagining, visualizing, imagining, so then seeing, probably the most difficult one. Today, so now number 8, stanza number what is stanza number, Ramula?
Yes, we, Domasi and I have different numbers, but
Yeah, okay.
one that you're talking, number 8, is, for me, it's number 35. It's the 3rd stanza on page 8.
In America, everything goes fast. So that's why in Tibet, we are number 8, now you are already in 35. It doesn't surprise. That's okay. That's okay. So yeah, we don't bother to say the number. So just read the stanza.
Okay. I shall enter, the next stanza after the one you just talked about is, I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace.
So that's the one we just read?
No, that's one for entering into the presence of the Buddhas. That's number 8.
Okay. Oh yeah. Kaya maju jidya dhumada teta rimba sanja kulo nyange dhuma oboku jitu dachi was. Kaya tadar machumbe jidya jin dhuma chumde de namde future Buddha, all the future Buddha. Jawa teta rimba ngomba zuba sang jawas. Future Buddha. So then the kaya tadar machumbe jidya dhuma chumde de namde. Jawa teta rimba ngomba sang jawatang. Nyangele dawate dungara doshiva shive ta tembo debe gumbo teda kunji shabrundu darani ja darani ijoji dunduji tobji chidendo chawo. In English it's kind of clear the meaning. Amala.
Yes, Geshe.
Okay. Moving on, there's no need explanation. Oh, yeah. So then the second one.
Oh, okay, let's see. May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation, the power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, the power of love pervading all realms.
So topji goni member number 2 days. And that power needs some when Namkalan Dova, the Tikbola Teka Dova, so Kangdu, Doba, the Chita, Kune Topo member Newton, Junduji top. Can you repeat the first line, please, one more time? First,
May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation?
okay, swift, kaza swift,
Swift magical emanation.
magical. I think should not use the word magic. I think it's which is the better one, miracle or magic?
Miracle, I would think. Miraculous.
What is the definition of miracle? I mean, like, don't think about the teaching. Please set aside the Buddhist teaching. What's the definition? You use America, people use the word miracle. What is the definitions?
A miracle is usually something that can't be explained, something very beneficial that could not happen through normal human power.
Oh, so you say like miracle cannot be explained?
Can't be explained, can't have been done by normal human power.
That's interesting. Can be explained. I think there's nothing that can be explained. So that's interesting. Miracles. Zutu, as I say, Tibetan word called Zutu. There's detailed explanations about miracles. Like if you say the word miracle for Zutu, how to achieve them, what types of miracle, how many types of miracle, how you can achieve. There's a detailed explanations. So miracle can be explained according to Buddhism, it can be explained elaborately. Oh. So human is the one who achieved miracle power. It's not like it's like somewhere out there. It's not like human can achieve. Human, there's something that human can achieve, and there's something that human can possess, and probably some human do possess. Like, and I said, it all requires Singapore meditation. Oh, I'm going to draw us. I'm not sure. Any of you believe, like, I'm going to draw. So can you, Alhamdulillah, so I have to bother you again, so sorry. Can you repeat this first line?
May I achieve the power of swift magical emanation.
So that didn't say that. Do you have like commentaries? You don't have.
Aspiration to the power of enlightenment through the 9 powers.
Okay, here, color draw. Color means space. Almost like airplane. Airplane does fly, but it's powered by engine, but gas or engine. So going through, I say going. We're not talking about road. Anybody can go. If you have a car, you can drive. If you can walk, not like in the space, going through the space. Right now, we can only think like airplane. That a human, can a human go? This is probably very foreign to your ear. Probably you never taught in school, probably you never learned in the elementary school, kindergarten, high school, university, they never talk about that. So, but there's certain miracle power that allows you to go through space on the water, like So that's like miracle power. Miracle power refers to that. Kalandoa, Sikbala Tegadoa, going through wall. Do our mind go through wall? Do our mind go through wall? Do our mind go through the space? If you think now, if you just think, if you're thinking about the place you have been, if you're thinking about like place you have been, Ireland, Scotland, England, are you walking there, maybe looking at the things that you have seen? Is it your body? What is it? What is it like? They're going through the places you are probably looking around, and probably, what is it? Huh?
Your mind.
Mind,
Oh,
the mind.
mind does go through wall. Mind go through space. So when you think about London, you are not like flying. You are not. It happened like. Probably there's no time to buy a ticket or all of that. It happened just you are already there. You say that's your mind. What kind of mind? Like gross mind, subtle mind, very subtle mind. What kind of mind goes there to looking into the place there where your mother was born, walking around there, seeing all of that? What kind of mind? So there, like the body grows subtle, very subtle, according to Vajrayana teachings. Mind grows subtle, very subtle. Is it possible that you can have access to a very subtle body and subtle mind before your breath ceases? This is possible. Why I cannot access right now with my subtle body and subtle mind? Why not? What is the obstacle? Oh, there's many questions. Then I already explained before. Mind. I'm not sure what kind of image you're getting, idea you're getting, mind or thought, called chitta or mind. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. The mind, I'm not sure what kind of image you're getting, but the mind doesn't know, grows subtle, very subtle. If you are familiar with death dissolution process, if you study the text, you have some ideas. When we die, earth element dissolve, water element dissolve, fire element dissolve, the last one, the wind element dissolve. By then, pretty much all the gross consciousness pretty much cease. After that, anybody remember the English word? After that, there's 3, 4 great, or sometimes say 3, sometimes say 4, depends on the sentence. What happens, the drop from the father located in heart, the crown chakra, comes down. Then there you have some internal experience. Then the red drops from the mother comes up, close to the heart chakra. Then another experience. So then those 2 drops, then there will be like you completely black out. So then you come out. There's another experience. All of that. So what happened is like the nut around the chakra kind of losing up. Automatically, when we are dying, automatically losing up. Energy is going through the central channels. Energy is going to central channels. So that's where everything begins between these two drops. That's the life. That's where life begins. That's where your life, my life. That's how it began between these two drops. Everything began there. Everything dissolved there, right there. It's like a size of grain, like lentils. Size of grain. So everything dissolved there. Everything began there. Everything will go dissolve there. What is left? Subtle consciousness or thought or mind and the subtle energy. That's what is left. Everything is ceased now there. So that energy is called subtle body. You understand? Subtle body. In order to access that, do we need to die? No, you can have that experience while you are very much alive. Meditating that, is it possible you could untie the knot? Crown chakra, throat chakra, secret chakra, navel chakra, then eventually heart chakra. 3 knot up, 3 knot down. So then you can access that. That's called like as so anyway, that's a very subtle body. That's a very subtle body. If you can access that subtle body while you are very much alive, you could probably go through space. You could probably go through the wall. That things happen. It happened. It is possible. I mean, it is possible. It is possible. Oh yeah. So there's. Sorry, took so much here time. I think it's talking about miracle power, color door, going through the space. Sigbala tega door, going through wall. Come to doba the chida doba shindu. Kune toba me bo nido jundu chitop. That's called power of miracle. Power of miracle. That's miracle. The kune goye de duje kam the samba the tune kanla kang to sungbe nindu teba the raje do chanju sembe tebos. 해봐서 태배도 다다 태배도 다다 군내 고이 데 뒤에 감당 삼보다 뛰는 강라 강도 숭배 니디지 태봐서 you can teach for the people according to their mental inclinations, their interests, without having any difficulty at all. You can teach without having, you can teach like the teaching will be like spontaneous according to their mental inclination, their interests. It's not like according to your interests. It's exactly according to their interests, what they want to hear, according to their interests, their mental inclinations, and their teaching is going to be spontaneous. No effort is needed. There's another miracle power. Second one, couldn't give it the power of what's called. Second line, Hamula.
The power to lead to the great vehicle through every approach.
Great vehicle, middle vehicle, small vehicle, all of them. It's going to be spontaneous. Okay, there's another power. Then, midin be cho sulu silji minujings. Para midin be cho tamje silji nu tilji number nula. Subject Geshe wa Shindo yongso taba chame ba samji michaba. Kundu yundenda dembe chanju semba kundu sambu jobe tops. Power of Bodhisattva deed. That's what it's called. Third one is called power of Bodhisattva deed. Interesting, like there's like certain bugs, bugs, not like money, bugs. It's not the money, it's the bug. B-U-G, bug. Okay. The certain bugs, the simply Jewishness. So the bugs, they grow from the wood, the very wood the bugs live in, they grow from the wood. The very wood they grow, they kind of eat that wood. Make sense? Very wood they grow, they eat that wood. Similarly, even though it's generated by anger and attachment, but whatever that might be, if that's generated by attachment, but itself will finish the attachment. Make sense? Like the bugs. The bugs, they grow out of this very wood, the bug will eat that wood. Something that's generated by attachment, it will not increase the attachment, it will finish the attachment. Make sense? Yes or no? Because no Bodhisattva did, that's Bodhisattva did. Some of the deed may look like, oh, generated, very much generated by attachment. But that deed will not increase the attachment. It will destroy the attachment, even though it produced by attachment. Make sense?
Geshe,
Yeah.
is that the power of always beneficial activity?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm.
That an activity, even that is generated out of attachment, if there's a
Even it's like generated by,
Bodhi-
even it's generated by, even though it seems like, looks like generated by disturbing thought,
right,
that deed is not going to increase attachment. It will destroy the attachment. Similarly, the very bugs they've grown out of this wood, the bugs will that eat that wood. Challenge the challenge. So that's the good as I can explain. For me, it's properly making sense. I'm not sure how much it's making sense to you. Bodhisattva did, even though some of them looks like ignorance, it's not ignorance. Some of the Bodhisattva did may looks like, like dogs hanging out with a group of dogs. What you can do, you cannot really teach them Dharma, but that dog can be Bodhisattva. You can, for your eye, what you can do, just hanging out a group of dogs, what you can do, So, but Bodhisattva manifest in different forms, different forms exactly according to the being's interests and mental inclinations. Okay, is it making any sense?
A student has asked you to, can you give us an example?
Unfortunately, I'm not Bodhisattva, so it's hard to give you example. Maybe some of you are Bodhisattva, maybe you give example. Yeah, there are probably many examples. Bodhisattva, who's like, for your eyes, it looks like a household, having family, living as like anybody else's life, If you have family, you have kids, you have bring like normal. For your eyes, like kind of like normal, but it's not normal. The Bodhisattva did manifested as a father, as a mother, raise the kids. And also Bodhisattva manifests as like pig, so, and there are like merchant, there's 500 merchant, they are like sailing to through the oceans, trying to get the precious stone. One of the persons within that merchant thinking to kill all of them and take all the treasures. And one of the bodhisattvas happened to be there and took that person's life. For us, this taking life, for that bodhisattva, that is necessary to save 400 some people's life, plus him creating these heinous actions. So it's like power by ignorance, anger, what? But that does not increase ignorance. It will destroy the ignorance. Make sense? There are many examples like that. I don't remember all of them, but there's many examples like that. Intentions, very intentions, the goal, not intention, goal. The goal is to contribute because Buddha Dharma is very much deteriorating, so you very much like to have kids to contribute to reestablish Buddha Dharma. That's your goal. Then you have kids. Will that increase attachment? Probably not. Does it look like normal people? Yeah, it does look like normal people, but will that increase attachment? Probably not. Because the goal is to contribute, reestablish Dharma, maybe send it to monastery to study, then, Dharma, so then like that. That's just an example. Or maybe make this, make the community better. Educate them, teach them, to them to become like warm-hearted, more kind-hearted, more compassionate. Your goal is to create better communities, and hoping that your kid will probably lead that, something like that. So very much looks like mundane, may not be mundane. Maybe something very superior, may not be mundane, things like that. Okay, so Tibetos, power of Bodhisattva deed, power of Bodhisattva deed. Once you have bodhicitta, once you done with bodhicitta, drinking water. Sorry, I'm not bodhisattva, so I'm just giving example. So that you have deed of drinking water. Does it look like mundane? Yes. Does it mundane? Probably not. It's not mundane. It's like bodhisattva deed. Sleeping, talking to someone. May looks like, oh, you are distracted by your meditation. Maybe not. You are not distracted by. It looks like you are distracted by your meditation, but for him or her, it's not distractions. There's bodhisattva deed. So many like that. Okay, the power of bodhisattva deed. Oh, so even though it looks like mundane, it will never increase the mundane. It will eventually overpower the mundane, even though it looks like. It looks like powered by anger, but it will destroy the anger. It will not increase. It's powered by attachment. It will not increase attachment. It will destroy the attachment. Make sense? The goal of Bodhisattva deed. Doesn't have to be Bodhisattva. When we think of Bodhisattva, don't think like, oh, someone who's sitting on the throne and hardly moving. That's the wrong image. Bodhisattva doesn't have to be like this. Sitting and not talking. Could be very talkative, very engaging. You can say, Bodhisattva, there's hundreds of thousands of Bodhisattva did. You are very pet, hard to say. Could be your kids. Could be the manifestation of Bodhisattva, who knows? Maybe be there trying to teach you patience. Or maybe teach you like loving kindness, compassion. Hard to say. Doesn't benefit. Or maybe there's not, doesn't sound correct. Why Bodhisattva manifests in my house even though there's much greater need. Maybe your time has come. If Bodhisattva show up with the form of like some like holy person, you may not believe. Maybe therefore it manifests like your kids or your pet. So for your mind, it's much easier to communicate, with your kids. So maybe that manifests as to teach you something, how to say, okay? So that's why the power of Bodhisattva did manifested in very mundane, but it's not mundane. It's powered by anger, but it's not anger. It looks like anger, but it's not anger. Oh yeah, so yeah. Sorry, because these things I need to explain because it's quite important. I need to explain one by one. So what is the power of Bodhisattva did? There's 8 powers, so I want to explain this one by one. Okay, so maybe next Wednesday, so it will take some time. Please bear with me, practice your patience, practice your 6 perfections, first, second perfections, maybe 3rd perfections. So then it's become a Bodhisattva did. So I want to explain this like 8 powers one by one. Okay, thank you very much, all of you. Thank you for coming to the class and wish you all a wonderful night. And Alhamdulillah will do short dedications.
Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may we quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samantabhadra too realize things as they are, we too dedicate all these merits in the best way that we may follow their perfect example. Now, long life prayers. First for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chen Rezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. The one who mastered speech at a very young age. The one with great patience who received the name Avatare. The one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on Bliss and Void, Lama ornament of the Yellow Hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. You uphold the subduer's moral way. You serve as a bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the 3 jewels, savor of myself and others, your disciples. Please live long. Om Tare Tu Re So Ha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re So Ha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. Everyone, good night. So Dhamasi, next Sunday, I'll teach from home.
Okay,
Because I was exposed with the COVID-19 virus.
okay,
I don't want to come to center. So
okay, Geshe. Thank you.
nothing to worry because I'm doing well, so nothing happens. But for sake of your health, so I probably teach from home. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Geshe.
Yeah, good night. Oh.
Thank you,
Oh,
Geshe. Good night.
yeah.